been fortunate to be in situations like this with a pretty good goaltender. So there's it's a thing. It's a calmness. It's a sense of confidence that resonates throughout the entire team, and it definitely we feel it.
I know it hasn't been every time you've been able to break out, but your breakouts have been pretty consistent. Like, what do you feel is going right to kind of neutralize their forecheck?
I think the forwards have done a really good job of, making plays on the wall. I think, that's probably one of the most difficult situations to be in hockey. You get a bouncing puck, you get a pit puck along the wall, ones that, we try not to rim it around and try to put it in a good spot for them. But I think we've been doing a fairly decent job of getting it to the forwards. But wall battles, that's oftentimes the difference in the hockey game. And I think the forwards have been doing a really good job with that.
Do you feel like that's kind of what's also happening coming out of the zone, that you guys are, when you're approaching their forwards along the walls, you are having good situations?
Yeah, I think that we get, the forwards, the way that they back check and reload, we're always looking, and that allows us to stay up. Oftentimes if the D have good gaps, it's because forwards are working back and kind of squeezing them in the neutral zone or around the blue lines, things like that. So while I'd like to take credit as a D-core, but it's truly a five connected. It's a team game, obviously, and the forwards doing that allows us the opportunity to try to keep some of those in and be aggressive too.
People who may have not watched this team all season, they know you guys have some star players, but all season long it's been the depth guys stepping up, and tonight, or the last few nights, you've gotten a lot of depth scoring. Just what does that say about this team and just the guys who've stepped up and scored big goals for you this series?
I think it's a testament to the guys and their commitment to the team game. I feel like I sound like a broken record, but in this time of year, you need to have scoring by committee. You need to have that scoring depth throughout your lineup. You can't just rely on one, two lines. So I think it's just something you need, and unfortunately, we've been able to get that so far.
Apologies if you were asked this earlier, but what did it mean to the bench to see Jack Eichel come back and then immediately contribute to a goal?
That's huge. Any time a guy gets hit like that, it's, you obviously just hope that he's okay, but this is hockey. This is a revved up environment. It's a Stanley Cup Final. Big hits are going to happen. So, we're just happy that he's okay, and to see him contribute, that certainly gives the guys a boost.
How much momentum carries forward at this time of year? A couple of days off now and going to Florida. How much will that mean in Game 3?
I don't know. There's momentum swings throughout a series, but the way, or as far as I'm concerned, after we can enjoy this one, but it's back to square one. I think that you can't, whether you have the momentum or not, you can't get too high, you can't get too low. You got to kind of take the approach every game is even we talked about after the first period, we were up 2-0, but approach the second period like it's 0-0, and I think that kind of resets too. At the start of a new game, and we're going into their building. We know that they're going to come out flying, and we're going to have to be ready for it.
What is last two for Alec? Last two. Starting the game as physical as he did, what does that do for you guys?
I just asked him if he ate nails for breakfast. So, see a guy like that. He contributes in so many facets of the game. He opens up a lot of space for those other two guys on his line with his physicality. I think he's shown that he's capable of scoring big goals too. The guy kind of. It's one of those guys where you can insert him anywhere and he's going to be successful. He's truly a hockey player. I know that sounds kind of dumb, but in the context, you know what I'm saying. He's just a good hockey player.
Eichel coming back. Last second, setting up a goal. I know the game's kind of out of hand, but coming back, we didn't expect to see him out there, and he sets up a goal on his first shift. How big is that for you guys?
Yeah, it's huge. I said it earlier. Anytime you see a guy get hit like that, you hope that he's okay, and we're happy that he's okay. But this is a Stanley Cup Final. There's going to be big hits. There's going to be things like that happen, and to see him bounce back and contribute there, it gives the guys a big boost. It's awesome.
Is discipline part of toughness?
Absolutely. I think